настораживающее наступает сегодня. Потому что
The most dangerous moment begins today, because we think, how can we preserve this atmosphere of justice so it cannot be undermined by inappropriate actions based on revenge, the search for the guilty, emotion.
Таким, понимаете, упоением, каким мы погружались, потому что это действительно никогда не было возможности у нас.
Because we have never had the opportunity to carry out revenge. And so this desire to finally find the guilty people and drag them out, to show what evils they have done, this would be extremely unacceptable and dishonorable. At this session, I think people are expressing generally good opinions at this session. People have the feeling that finally the brakes have been released. Finally, everything which was preventing the real perestroika of our country is being removed, and perhaps has already been removed, and finally we can move forward to questions of private property, about which I spoke, and issues of reducing the role of the military-industrial complex, of reducing the horrible role of the KGB, the party, and all of these forces. All of these questions we couldn't decide before. Today, the Moldovan Parliament declared the independence of the Republic. At 10 o'clock this morning, at the square of the Great National Assembly, thousands of people met in order to express their opinion on the future fate of the Republic and the people, having been deprived of this opportunity to decide their own fate for many years. One unified struggle unites them all, the struggle for democracy. They greeted the Declaration of Independence from the government. The extraordinary session of the Parliament began at 11, and there was only one question on the agenda, the Declaration of Independence of the Republic of Moldova. The President of Moldova laid out the basis, the historic and legal basis of this act. He emphasized that this declaration should not be interpreted as an attempt to isolate ourselves in national feelings, but to take control of the national economy and its relations with other republics and with other countries around the world. After the adoption of the declaration, after the reading of the declaration, the deputies voted one by one, some of them even signing the declaration. And this was the declaration that the entire people was expecting and waiting for. 277 deputies voted for independence. And today is a holiday in Moldova. Today, history has opened a new chapter in the life of the Moldovan people. And now, Yerevan. At the extraordinary Congress of the Armenian People's Movement, they observed a moment of silence for those who fell defending the Russian Federal Building, and also Armenians who have fallen defending Nagorno-Karabakh or fighting in Azerbaijan. Delegates proposed a referendum for September 30th on full government state independence and the secession of the Armenian Republic from the USSR. And there are presidential elections scheduled for October 16th, to which post the President of Armenia, Mr. Ter Petrosyan, was nominated. Today, our correspondent interviewed the mayor of Moscow. The Central Committee building of the Communist Party will be soon transferred to the property of the city government. The mayor spoke out against acts of revenge against individual communists. And he said that the turning people in atmosphere of 1937 should not be repeated. The mayor shared many interesting views with us, and you may see the entire interview after the news program this evening.
Действия правительства России по национализации полиграфической базы КПСС и РКП, предоставлению редакции издательствам права самим распоряжаться своей судьбой.
Russian President and Republic have issued orders taking control of the television and radio broadcasting. The Soviet Union of Journalists has adopted a resolution approving these actions, as long as they are carried out in consistency with the law.
Подавление печати прав и свобод граждан, так и сейчас мы хотим выступить с предостережением. Было бы непростительной ошибкой для нашей молодой демократии
о журналисте такого служебного удостоверения. We believe it's necessary to appeal to all journalistic organizations at all levels of government in our federation to take measures having analyzed the participation of various journalist unions in the recent coup attempt. The Union of Journalists at the union level was silent during the recent coup. As we have all been convinced, the path from totalitarianism to democracy is very difficult, but we must proceed in a civilized and humane way, says the Congress of Journalists of the USSR. There was a meeting of the governing board of the All-Union Television and Radio Broadcasting Company at Ostankino today.
Или, если хотите, красно-белым, наш мир не стал. Множество красок, как и множество разных.
There are many shades. The questions we consider today are not only black and white, or if you like, red and white. Mr. Kravchenko has already been fired from his job as head of the broadcasting company. Workers gathered at the Ostankino broadcasting facility today to figure out how to live further. No one relieves anyone who was silent in these days of blame. There is no harsher judge than the judge of one's own conscience, and each person must decide for himself or herself to remain or to leave. The lessons of the coup have demonstrated our helplessness in our attempts to fulfill our duty as journalists. But the people gathered were united on one topic, the necessity for profound reform and changes in the structure of journalistic work.
В политической борьбе. Нельзя допустить, чтобы такое мощное оружие, как телевидение и радио,
we must not allow such a powerful weapon as television and radio to become a toy in someone's hands. Yegor Yakovlev was nominated to take over as president of the broadcasting company. This requires approval of the president and the Supreme Soviet. Today, Mikhail Gorbachev issued a decree nominating Yegor Yakovlev as president of the television and radio broadcasting company. Yakovlev and Poltoranin have been ordered to take steps to the development and creation of a Russian television service. Mr. Churkin has been nominated as leader of the Foreign Affairs Press Center. Criminal proceedings have been instituted against the leaders of the so-called State Emergency Committee. The possible sentence is 5 to 15 years imprisonment or additional penalties.
Михаила Горбачева и Бориса Ельцина на чрезвычайное заседание Европейского совета на уровне глав государств и правительств 12 стран-членов Европейского сообщества. Премьер-министр подчеркнула, не следует забывать, что без Горбачева
Western Prime Minister
не было бы этого быстрого крушения советской системы и коммунизма в СССР. В распространенном совместном коммюнике руководители Парагвая и
the leaders of Paraguay and Brazil have welcomed the events happening in the world